the dichotomy or the irony where a state owns land under our law, but then the federal government owns the resources. And this was the first question the minority leader asked about what are you going to do about it? I mean, first of all, it's got nothing to do with you, it's got to do with us. That amendment, but I would, when I say push it, but I would like to know your personal opinion. When I say it's ironic, this is because, as Mr. Speaker knows, there's a legal maxim, quick, plant and talk, solo, set it. It's been there forever. That whoever owns land also owns everything that is on it and below it. So, I want to know your personal opinion. Forget that you're Minister of Finance. What do you think the most viable model? Is it the Brazilian model which you mentioned? Or do we just clearly give solid minerals to states under the principles of federalism? I would also like to find out from you, Honorable Minister, you talked about exploration deficit in terms of finance deficit and no money to explore. My question would be this. Does it have to be solely, the exploration have to be solely the responsibility of the federal government? Or, with the economic downturn all over, is there a place for private individuals and companies to actually explore? Of course, being given incentives, whether it's tax incentives or whatever it is, for them to bring in their resources to explore, knowing that there are chances that they will find something of commercial context, rather than give all that responsibility of the federal government when we're trying our best to cut down costs. I believe, finally, my question will be this. I've been one that has been particularly disturbed about the privatization and licensing process in the power industry. I believe our power industry has been mortgaged to people who are not versed in that industry. Sometimes even to suitcase businessmen who have not had and we're seeing the consequence of that today. I want to encourage you, and I don't know if you're doing that already, working closely with this house and with your committee on solid minerals. Perhaps punishing them also with the list of those who have been granted concession or licensing, so that we don't fall into that same predicament that we are now with those who have privatized our power industry too. I think it's important to also help them in carrying out their oversight functions and to know whether these people have the capacity and the capability to actually do the work, or whether they're just giving licenses for the sake of giving licenses, and then they tie those very potential revenue earners down and deprive the country of what revenue they really ordinarily should get.
Going to give has been given by the leader about whose responsibility it is to really work on the law. But do I have a personal opinion? Yes, I do have a personal opinion, and I think I also have a party opinion. Anyone who has seen the manifesto of the APC, and since I also directed the policy and programs of the party in my previous capacity in the party, I know that we are committed to decentralization and devolution in the APC manifesto, and ultimately we're not averse to states becoming more active. In the law as it is currently, yes, it's not explicitly stated, but there is nothing in the law that prevents states from being active in mining. It's just that they do not have that legal imprimatur to do it directly. There's nothing that suggests that states, and this is what I've been encouraging states to do, and I did it as governor. It's for states to set up within the law their own special purpose vehicles, and I know a number of states have done so. Osun has done so as Living Springs Mineral Development Company. We set up Fountain Mineral Development Company in Ekiti. In Kaduna, I know that has happened recently. A number of states are coming up with their own mineral development companies, and they are going into partnership with either private sector actors or on their own to really do something about the resource that is there. I was in Ondo State just last week, just on inspection of the bitumen deposits, and I am aware that the state government, way back, not under the current administration, under Governor Adefarati, the late Governor Adefarati's government, Ondo State actually set up a bitumen exploration company, which the current government has taken up and entered into a partnership with an American company that is now about to start some exploration and exploitation activities. So it's not perfect, but there is a window in the law that enables states to play a role, pending the time that this honorable house would deem it necessary and appropriate to tweak the law, either by having a concurrent legislative jurisdiction for states, or exclusively shifting responsibilities to states. But I am of the view that if we're to really make a headway in mining, states and host communities must become much more active than they are now. They should not be spectators, they should be central actors in the process. And it would also help the federal government to monitor closely what is going on and reduce the level of illegal activities taking place if states are involved. Honorable Wale Oke asks about coal and gold. The truth of the matter is that we're actually doing quite a lot about gold, and there's been other questions about gold. We're working in partnership with the Ministry of Power Works and Housing. We have supplied them with the information that they requested on coal deposits across the country. The idea is that the generating plants would be sited close to those coal deposits, and I believe that in this year's budget there's been some allocation for this purpose, and it's something that will continue to work with the Ministry of